Hello everyone, and welcome to my Bold and Beautiful Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Steffy's arrest trouble ends, cleric's proposition about Sheila. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers update for Monday, April 8th, reveals that Steffy Forrester may get a little nervous when Deputy Chief Bradley Baker seeks her out for a discussion. Still, it turns out Baker will take one thing off Steffy's list of enterprises. Although Steffy knows she acted in tone defense, the Sheila Carter disquisition has still been hanging over her. There's maybe been a troubling solicitude in the reverse of Steffy's mind about the possibility of being arrested. Thankfully, it looks like the arrest trouble will be over. Deputy Chief Baker will have some positive updates to pass along in Monday's B&B occasion, so he may admit they've closed the disquisition and determined Steffy is officially off the hook. Meanwhile, John Finnegan implicated way it's affecting him. Hope will partake further about her particular struggles too as she connects with Finn on a deeper position. Finn and Hope's fellowship will strengthen, so our prognostications suggest this could spell trouble if any romantic passions bubble over down the road. Next, Deacon Sharp will realize the substantiation of Sheila's survival has gone up in Deers. It'll leave Deacon frustrated since he'll have no way to prove he saw 10 toes on this egregious Sheila pretender's body. Cleric will face a flood tide of feelings and lash out in the crematorium, but Carl Ferret may push him to calm down and consider that his grief is causing him to imagine effects. Still, Deacon won't be suitable to shake what he saw and will start forming a proposition about how Sheila might be alive. We could see Deacon wonder if Sheila faked her demise and has pulled off another one of her schemes. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers say Deacon will go off the rails as he tries to make sense of this jaw-dropping Sheila news, so don't miss all the action. Deacon-eyed is crazy over tale of 10 toes. Bold and the Beautiful had Deacon Sharp just about bottleneck into that roaster once he got a gander at 10 toes sticking up from the box going up in Deers, Friday on the CBS Cleaner. Now he knows the ashes that come out of the crematorium aren't those of Sheila Carter. But it looks like no bone. Believes his tale, as coming weeks' B&B spoilers suggest he's treated like he's authentic. Bold and the Beautiful spoilers Deacon Sharp a mess. Deacon Sharp looked as if he were about to follow the body of Sheila Carter into the crematorium roaster on Friday's Bold and the Beautiful thriller. He went ballistic after he got a regard of her bases, as they sported 10 toes. The poor Joe operating the roaster looked spooked, as he tried to get Deacon down from the scorching Deers, consuming Sheila. But his interest was in her bases. Still, the body belongs to someone differently, not the woman who called him daddy, if there are 10 toes. So, we still find Deacon Sharp at the crematorium on Monday's Bold and the Beautiful. The spoilers say the grieving swain has a meltdown, that demure and kind man at the place presumably won't know what to do with him. B&B spoilers Deacon brings confusing news. Bold and the Beautiful spoilers have Tuesday slated as the day Deacon Sharp comes at Finn with his tale of 10 toes. But rather of shocking him because his mama might be alive, this croaker questions his reason. John Finnegan doesn't buy what this grieving Joe is dealing. Chances are, Finn thinks Deacon Sharp is so stressed out that he's imagining effects. Or perhaps he thinks Deacon might have allowed. He saw 10 toes on Sheila Carter's body. The croaker might suggest that the heat from that roaster could beget effects to look malformed. So, those heat swells might make it look as if her toes were each present and reckoned for. But, on Bold and Beautiful this week, Finn won't put any stock into what Deacon says about the possibility of Sheila still alive nearly. Bold and the Beautiful another redundancy along with a reality check. It looks like Finn questions Deacon Sharp's sanity as the week rolls on. As a croaker, he has some leverage if he mentions this to anyone. But he's not the only one distrusting what Deacon observed. B&B spoilers have him meeting up with Ridge Forrester, Torsten K. But perhaps or perhaps not with his 10-toe story. Come Thursday and Friday on Bold and the Beautiful, Cleric gets to deal with Ridge. The spoilers indicate he blasts Ridge about Sheila. But likely, he's defending his loved one against a man who despises her. He probably wouldn't want Ridge to know that he suspects Sheila may still be alive. But whatever he says to Ridge on Thursday sets Deacon up for some major disunion on Friday, coming from the dressmaker. B&B spoilers describe this hassle as Ridge giving Deacon Sharp a reality check. So, he might tell Ridge what he saw when that distance came off at the crematorium. Or he's defending Sheila's memory to a man who hates her and thinks she's dead. Either way, Deacon Sharp has some work cut out for him. He won't get any rest until he finds out why the woman in that box had 10 toes. The saga is eventually over, said Lauren to Eric and Donna. I was happy to have Genoa City's fashionista swing by. The fact that the young and restless princess who played such a huge part in the early times of the Sheila story has nearly been persona non grata ever since the she-devil returned on Finn and Steffy's marriage day has been a real purr in my butt. I mean, actually, a lot of how Bold and Beautiful has played Sheila this go-round has annoyed the crap out of me. From ruining the shock of her return by promoting it in advance, to reducing the scapegoat villainess to a waitress, it's been one misstep after another. There were some brilliant moments along the way, to be sure. Sheila shooting Finn and Steffy was a shock, indeed a further to us than Finn, who maintained his connection to his natural mama against all reason. And having Bill hook up with Sheila and in trouble to bring her to justice was a delightful idea that eventually made no sense and went nowhere. I don't suppose most observers really believed that Sheila was dead. And honesty, I'd like to suppose that if and when they eventually do off the baddie, it's with the kind of epic, show-gauging, questionable meaning plot I've been wanting for times. I mean, look at all the characters it could involve. Still, I'll say that indeed as it came egregious that the final seconds would involve Cleric making the toe-related discovery, I kinda got chills as it played out on screen. I can't help wondering if it would have been indeed more poignant if the show hadn't sloped their hand in advance. Further stay, who did Steffy really kill? I am not dead yet. Indeed, before Kasperzik teased social media about Friday's thriller, it sounded kinda egregious to me and grounded on the social media response, most of you where effects were headed. I mean, the more frequently Steffy told Liam that she and Finn were determined to not let anything come between us, clearly not Sheila, the clearer it came that that was exactly what would be. I do, still, suppose the way that Sheila will come between them might wind up being a bit unanticipated. Easily, they resituating hope to be a spoiler in the Finn/Steffy love. Yes, he prompted her to consider getting back together with Liam, but that seems about as likely as me not reserving a voyage or going to Disney World coming time. Finn's suggestion that she give Liam another chance sounded rather odd, especially coming on the heels of the croaker. Saying she might no way be suitable to completely trust Thomas, because of the Beth incident. I get what he meant, but then's the thing, Thomas has shown growth since that time, whereas Liam, who spent times breaking Hope's trust by clunk-ponging between her and Steffy, seems to have changed not one iota. Heck, just this once week he spent time assuring both of the ladies, as if he could fluently fall back into either one's arms.